My name is Tommy Lovell. I am the world's strongest man under 80 kilograms.
I am Tim Daglish. I am Britain's strongest man under 80 kilo.
I am Joe Daglish. Together, we are the world's strongest twins.
I'm Mcvie, 31. I'm from Edinburgh, Scotland, and I'm 3-time Scotland's strongest man under 80s.
My name is Ricky Panganiban, 26, born and raised here in Marina Valley, California, USA.
Come on!
Tommy's goes over!
Hello and welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida. Welcome to the Ocean Center Arena and welcome to the official Strongman Games 2021. It has been 740 days since we've seen the official Strongman Games happen.
What official Strongman Games is?
Some of the most powerful people in the entire world are flexing in Daytona Beach.
The official Strongman Games
is like the pinnacle of lightweight strongman.
It's a brutal comp, full on. It'll test every aspect of strength.
It happens once a year in Daytona Beach, Florida.
It is the world's strongest man, the world's strongest woman for weight categories.
Everyone is qualified via the website in every category.
There are 9 world titles, over 300 athletes, and 3 Giants Live invites.
6 events over 3 days.
2 events per day.
First 2 days are the qualifying heats for the final.
Only the top 10 athletes will then go on to complete the final 2 events.
They all compete for their world title.
And I won it once.
Tommy Lovell, I mean, that's the name you heard of going into the competition, the under 80s. He's the face of the under 80s. He's the reigning champ. He is just absolutely dominant in everything. 2019, he just took care of business. Okay, first day, second day, he's not too hot in the events. Like, he was middle of the pack kind of thing. And then he just rockets and just propels himself to the podium. Wins the thing in 2019. So it was just like, all right, I know this guy's he's just gonna have that. He's gonna be somewhere in the middle of the pack at the beginning, and then he's just gonna take it away. It's gonna be his event. I was very mindful going into the competition, like, all right, that's gonna happen. You get scared. Yeah, you're like, oh man, here he comes. I definitely was having my head turning back every once in a while, looking at that scoreboard, like, there it is, there it is. It was epic. That was epic to watch.
Representing Scotland, Team Mcvie, Tim Daglish. In lane number 3 from England, you're not seeing double, it's Joe Daglish.
Day 1 of the official Strongman Games is the log for reps. So it's 1 clean and then it's pressing from the chest. For us in the under 80 kg category, it's going to be
115 kilo.
255-pound log.
I've done 9 in a minute before, 8 for the chest, and I had to drop it and then reset and get another rep.
Historically, log's not great for me, but my prep went really well. I made like tremendous progress.
So I've done 9. I can't see many people getting near that, if I'm being honest.
I'm at least looking forward to the log just because it's the first event. Standard first event kind of nerves going into a comp. I always just like to get the first event out of the way, so that's no matter what it is, it'll be the first event, but it just happens to be log.
That was the worst 20 seconds of my life. Well, we wanted more, we're happy with that, so. Just fine margins, like he went so light-headed there, and it's just, I ended up just watching him.
Representing Scotland, Team Mcvie.
It has been said that under 80 kilos men is some of the most competitive of all the categories we have here.
It's a stacked lineup and a very big group of athletes. Dean Mcvie looking nice and solid in lane 1. Oh, log just goes behind there.
I'll tell you what, even though he dumped it behind him, he looked very comfortable with that.
The development of the sport is just huge. I'm looking at the weights, 115 kilos. I did 120 kilos the first time I competed at Britain's Strongest Man as an open, heavyweight athlete. These are the under 80 kilo athletes, and they're doing just shy of that.
I don't know how many I got. I think that's a lead.
So my plan going into the log press was to get 5 reps, drop it, maybe get a couple more. That didn't quite go as planned. I don't know what it was.
Tommy Lovell, the defending champion, coming out in this group. An amazingly fun character.
He is great for the sport. Never shy of a word or two. But again, pressure on his shoulders, quite literally in this sense.
Absolutely, defending champion, there's pressure. You're expected to do well, but he's the kind of athlete that copes with that pressure.
And wasn't able to defend it a year ago. So he's had the title for an extra year, and he's been waiting for this.
He's focused, he loves joking around and having fun, but he's an athlete that switches on when it counts. Tommy is that type of athlete. Good, solid, clean.
First up.
And a good, just got to lock out. Just tricep, not quite locking out there. Loads of power off the chest.
He's given it. He's been given it 3.
He's got one of those dodgy arms that doesn't quite lock out properly. So look, he gets lots of leg power, really flies off the chest. His lockout is a little bit soft. And that could be to do with an old injury, perhaps.
Every time I cleaned the log, I went off balance a little bit, even in the warm-up room. I don't want to blame it all on that athletic tape. I have the same exact log from the manufacturer at my gym, is what I trained on. I don't use a grip shirt or anything like that. I don't even use chalk on my shirt. It like threw me off balance, but that doesn't explain why I didn't press it as many times as I should have.
If you are an up-and-coming athlete watching this, make sure you enter the qualifier next year. You could be competing in Florida for the chance to become the world's strongest man in your weight class. And if you're an open weight category athlete, this is the opportunity to get you to world's strongest man.
Which is so cool.
Andrew Haynes on lane number 2, looking solid with 255 pounds, 150.
Lane 2 looking really strong. Oh, as I say that, again I curse someone.
These men really giving absolutely everything of themselves.
There we go, another good solid rep there by Andrew.
The winner of your log in the U80 category with 7 reps representing the United States of America, Andrew Haynes.
I'll take it while I can. I'll take it while I can.
That concludes our U80 group.
Let's go USA.
I know Andrew Haynes got first place because I was actually right next to him. So that was yeah, that was a bit of a daunting task to be competing right next to the guy that won the event like that, going into it and setting the tone for the entire competition.
Ended up tying for 6th place with I think 6 other people. Andrew Haynes won the event, 7 reps. So Dean Mcvie came in 2nd place with 6 reps. And you'll know it's Dean because when he locks out, the log is still touching his head. Day 1, event 2 was the car walk.
It was for 50 feet. 700 pounds.
317 kilos for 15 meters.
There are 4 lanes, 4 athletes go at a time.
4 will be walked at the same time. I've never seen that before. I've seen 2.
2 we've seen it head-to-head, 4 is going to look epic.
A car walk, you're not going to see that. Like, that's very rarely. I've done plenty of yoke walks and that kind of stuff, but to be walking with a car on your back and try to shift it for like 15 meters makes it mega unique.
I've always liked the idea of seeing, you know, a real race between athletes, and seeing 4 go head-to-head is going to look cool.
I think the event I'm looking forward to most is the car walk, and I think I've seen pictures of the cars online. Lynn's posted a few, and they just looks awesome, doesn't it? I think as a spectacle, that event's going to look really cool. 4 cars side by side in a race. It's just going to look awesome. So I think, like, as a sort of an event, that's going to look really cool, and I'm really excited for that one because that's just sort of something completely different to anything a lot of us will ever do. So yeah.
And now we're on to the car walk. 4 cars competing at the same time. We've seen drama, we've seen cars aquaplane, we've seen cars drop, we've seen fantastic runs. Now it's the turn of the men, and this is the men's under 80 kilogram category.
10.42. Josh Lancaster there, going into first place, 10.42 seconds. Joe comes in nicely, he's happy with that performance. Wow.
I am blown away by that.
That was quick. He looked really, really good.
Now, interestingly, with Dean here, we're talking about a man who's very proud to have served in the military.
Very much so. Dean is really impressed in the British scene in the under 80 kilos class. Scottish champion.
You know, when you look at him as well, he just looks like a very well put together bloke. Not necessarily somebody that you might say might not perform that well in this. Just everything seems...
He's got all the tools there.
Compact, solid.
He's a powerful individual, fast and athletic.
And a great advert for the military.
Nice. Yeah. Come on.
Athletes, take your positions.
Judges ready. Top 4 coming into this event.
Richie Stout, Dean Mcvie, Dylan Thompson, Andrew Haynes. And look at this, all of these athletes moving well. Richie Stout in lane number 1, absolutely motoring down this course, but Dean closing the gap. Wow, what a finish there. Dylan not far behind.
So
that
close.
Was a race. These 4 gents showing why they are here to battle. After the log, they were our top 4 athletes. They could well be the top 4 athletes after this.
I think they're giving Official Strongman are giving us a good opportunity here just to show that, like, I know it's all the big boys that are running the cars and all that kind of stuff at Giants Live, which is cool, but like giving people and the women as well an opportunity to show that, look, we can do it as well. And I think it's pretty cool, and it's going to, at the end of the day, it's a form of entertainment as well. You're there to entertain people, but also compete.
In training, another one of my not so great events is yoke. But I made some pretty tremendous progress with it. I moved the 700-pound yoke for 50 feet in 10 seconds. So this actually went from an event that we sort of were worried about to an event that we thought, well, let's just kind of, we can stay mid-pack and be fine. To, in the end, my confidence was like huge on it, where I said, fuck it, I could win. Why don't I just try to win it? So there's a point where we actually thought I might win it.
Tommy Lovell, 3.
On the whistle.
The man to watch out for. But it's lane number 1, Richard.
Oh, this is tight.
Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Wow, that was fast.
How he got away with that. The tyres hit, and he somehow managed to keep that car moving.
It's our first sub 10 seconds, 9:74. We thought it was quick.
That one, I ended up getting the event win. I felt super confident about that one just because I loved to move. I felt confident about it going into it, coming from California's Strongest Man. They were saying Richie was gonna take it away. They were even saying Richie was gonna get like an 8 second. And I was just like, dude, I gotta see that. Didn't happen, unfortunately. He ended up getting 3rd. Tommy was middle of the pack on that one.
And it is the event that I did the worst in. I came in 18th place. Overall, after that event, I was in something like 12th place. So the end of day 1, I thought, well, that's it, I had a good run.
He had quite a climb, but I mean, I didn't for a second doubt it, because I knew he was gonna do it. He did it in 2019, where he was like middle of the pack, and then it was just like, dude, this guy's gonna come up. He's gonna come up, and it's just gonna be like, I hope I have enough points to like beat it. Like, I separate myself far enough from him so he doesn't catch up.
I was so convinced that I might not make top 10 and that I definitely wouldn't make podium, that it was a really calming feeling. It wasn't disappointment. You know, it wasn't like, oh shucks, like mad or disappointed or anything. It was just, it felt so real that it for sure wasn't gonna happen, that I completely, like, there's no sense in being upset. Just like, well, hey, that's just what it is. Maybe this just isn't my year, you know. I'm not even gonna place. I might not even make top 5.
On day 2, we've got the deadlift ladder. So the deadlift ladder this year is 5 bars. It's an extra bar on previous years. For us in the under 80 kilo category, the first bar is roughly, I think, 206 kilos, the second bar 247 kilo, the third bar 267 kilo, and then the fourth bar is 289 kilo.
A little bit different this year, there's a fifth bar added.
You get all the way up to a 670 mammoth bar.
A little bit longer than a normal deadlift bar. I think that's around 305 kilos, so that's 5 bars altogether. And you're going through those bars and lifting them as quick as you possibly can. For me, my best sporting moment was winning Britain's Strongest Man under 80, completing the stone run to win the competition. It was probably my highlight for me.
For me, probably pulling a world record deadlift out of Britain's Strongest Man in the under 80 class.
Those Daglishes, dude, they deadlift like crazy.
Yeah, my aim is to win the deadlift ladder. That's what I'm going for. Quite confident in going through all 5, not needing any straps.
In 2019, I got the fastest time of any class overall on this event. So this is my event.
At this point, I'm already thinking like, oh crap, here comes Tommy. Here comes Tommy starting to climb. Like, he won deadlift ladder in 2019. Day 2 and day 3, it was like, these are his events, or he's pretty dang good at them.
Well, deadlift is just, I just feel like it's my event. So I went into this, it never even occurred to me that I wouldn't win this, that I couldn't win this.
Keep your eyes in lane number 3.
Oh, there's a slight trip. There's a trip.
Great recovery. Quite as fast as his brother, but he's still pulling well here. Solid pull on the 635. Can he match his brother and pull 670 pounds?
I think he will.
On this mammoth bar. He's strapped in now.
There he goes.
Here we go. Can he pull it? It's coming up. It's still coming up.
Go.
He's stuck in the knees. Could not quite get it past the knees. Millard in the centre, trying hard, and he's coming up. He's coming up with this. He's over his knees. Can he pull it back? Needs to hitch it out. He's close. Oh, that was an amazing effort there.
For a man who tripped over after the first lift, and Daglish just says, I was that close.
How was that
so
bar feel?
frustrating.
Felt good off the floor, and then just got to the knees. Another little inch and it'd have been there.
Should do alright. Should get 4 out of 5. Really push for the 5th one, but the plan is to do it all mixed grip and raw, no suits or straps, and do it as fast as I can for the first 4, where I can't see many competitors. There will be competitors doing the 5th, but as long as I can hold my own with the first 4 as fast as the majority of other people, then we're winning.
And we have Scott, the leader of the competition, I believe, Dean Mcvie, in our next group. Is Dean leading?
Yeah, you're right, Dean is leading by 1 point.
Here we go. Dean is a determined individual. Good solid pull on bar number 2. No straps in sight.
I'll tell you what, it's not necessarily as fast as we've seen some, but it's precise.
With 2 other athletes here, Mason Cup and Dean Mcvie, no straps in sight. They're both going to do this totally raw. Look at that, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And he gets it.
Wow, he wasn't given that.
Oh, that's harsh. Benjamin went slow and steady, used the straps, but he's gone into the lead.
And Dean was fighting it. Like, I mean, I think he was telling me that like Big Laws and the other guy were talking about it on the live stream that like, oh, he got it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he didn't get it. Like, oh my. And he showed me the video. Like, yeah, Dean was furious.
Josh Lancaster from England will be in the centre. Richie Stout from the USA goes in lane number 1.
Richie's number 2 coming into this, but significantly, Loz, Richie, Dean did not manage to get 4 reps, meaning that Richie has an opportunity to take the lead here.
And look at Panganiban on the far end, closest to your camera. Lane number 3 is flying through these bars. Already up to bar number 5.
Look at his hamstrings.
Richard Panganiban, can he get this 5th and final bar?
If he does, that could put him very close to the lead.
It's going up, it's going up. There we go, he gets the down signal. Big nod of the head. That was a huge lift. And also Richie Stout is looking to lock out. Down signal as well for Richie. Nod to the crowd. Unbelievable deadlifting from our under 80 kilo athletes.
That was class.
Josh Lancaster gets a down signal on bar number 3. He's happy with that. Our champion, Tommy Lovell from the USA, lane number 1. Matthew Bolton from England, lane number 2. And Richard Yu from the USA. See how our current champion fares with the deadlift ladder. Easy first pull.
That was fast, that was so fast. Oh my goodness!
And look at this, Richard Yu on the end there, absolutely flying as well. Both gentlemen blitzing through this course.
What?
And Tommy already on to bar number 5. He's strapping up for this one. He's absolutely smashed through the first 4 bars. Now the respect comes out for this mammoth bar. 670 pounds. Here we go, can he pull it?
The first 4 bars went smashingly. They went well. I got a better time on the first 4 bars this year than I did in 2019. So I sort of PR'd my first 4 bars. And you know, you could ask me a million times and I'll never be able to describe it. I couldn't pick up the 5th bar. Like there was just no power. There was just no power. I felt great that day. I felt good. I'd already decided I wasn't gonna win, so I didn't really care. I was just having fun, but it just wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, my aim is to win the deadlift ladder.
My aim is to win the deadlift ladder. Win the deadlift ladder.
I'll make sure the back of my shoes are pretty clean, the back of my heels are clean, so Tommy can look at them when I go past him.
Both Daglish brothers are exceptional deadlifters. It is what they are known for. They'll want nothing more than to be first and second on this event.
And it's plausible. It's USA, and England. Tim Daglish would love nothing more than to add a few more points on.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Tim can do on this deadlift. But let's see how these guys do here. All 3 lifters looking strong through 2 lifts.
Look at Tim Daglish
flying through the 3rd, already on to our 635 pound bar, and he gets a good solid lockout. The straps will come out for this last pull.
The first person.
303.9 kilos, 670 pounds. First athlete, can he get this weight? Look at this go up. Easy. Down signal. Wow, what a performance there from Tim Daglish.
Come on! More like it.
The winner of that event was Tim Daglish with a time of just about 31 seconds, which is, I mean, that's fast. That's really fast for this.
Those Daglishes, dude, they deadlift like crazy. And their technique is just, their leverage, the way that biomechanics, we were talking about it before, people were just ranting, oh my gosh, look at his back, like, chill out.
It's so ugly, but it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how much they can deadlift. The legs get straight, and then it's just this, the back starts to straighten out. You gotta be pretty fucking strong to be able to lift weight. You know, you straighten your legs out too much and now it's all your back, and somebody's gonna fail, right? But they don't.
I ended up getting 2nd place, and at that point, I was 2nd place overall. Dean unfortunately took a fall with that one. Something unfortunate happened, and he just went down in the ranks. Richie managed to get all 5 of the bars up. Basically was enough to keep him at 1st.
After the deadlift, which I took 4th place in, it bumped me all the way up to 3rd place overall, but I was still 20 points off 1st place. Richie Stout with 82.5 points. So still not even within striking distance. Not really.
Event 4 from day 2, the carry and drag medley.
Previously named Death Medley.
Affectionately, from the athletes, it's called the Death Medley.
Once again, 4 lanes, 50-foot lane. At the start of the lane, we have a
220-pound sandbag, carry it down 50 feet.
Loaded on a sled.
115 kilo Husafelt.
Run back, dump it in the sled.
Then dragging that sled back down the course as quick as you possibly can.
What was unbelievable was the announcer calling it a 400-pound sled. My partner and I, training partner, I were like, wait, were we training with a 400-pound sled? We were so scared.
In 2019 on this event, there was one extra implement. There was also a 250-pound keg. I took second place to Daniel Ashcroft, the Flash. I was actually shocked that I got second, but it made me really want to win it this year. And I decided I was going to win it this year.
Tommy was going to catch up at that point. Tommy's going to start. Here he comes. He's well on his way.
Man, on these things, I just go all out. I just give it every single thing that I have. I try to kill myself. I'd rather die out there than not try hard enough.
Dean Mcvie of Scotland, Jacob Fisher of the USA, Remco Sanders of the Netherlands, and Matthew Bolton of England all ready to go. Mcvie has a little bit of a jump start there, but
McVie's cruising pretty good.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's had a
pretty
good
right?
game so far.
Yeah. He's back quick too.
All four are actually. This is almost neck and neck here now. Who gets the best pickup? It's lane 2 and Fisher, who goes off into the lead there of the USA, the only American of the four.
Yeah. Now.
Great positioning by Fisher of that Husafel as well.
Yep. He's got his feet going. Fish is moving good. This is going to be close. Bolton on the other side.
This is neck and neck
Bolton,
here right
Fish.
now.
Bolton, Fish.
Who's going to get it?
It's
I think it's going to be Fish, you know.
Whoever gets that one last step first. Oh, Fish got him.
Boom,
Fish just got Bolton. Way to go, Fish. He's fired up.
Isn't he just now? Can Mcvie get this over the line?
I think McVie's got it.
13 seconds to go.
Yeah,
he looks good.
He's got it.
I'm not sure about Sanders, though. He's pulling for all he's worth, but it doesn't look the most efficient. He's going left and then right.
Yeah, he can't get good traction with his feet.
That's what it is. You're absolutely spot on. Time is up for Sanders, and he's furious with himself.
That's got it, man. Come on.
You happy with that performance, or are you a bit...
It's one of them.
Yeah.
Let's get on with it. That was quite tough.
Our next group, it will be Lovell, Stout, Panganiban, and Daglish. Yes, indeed, Tim Daglish. We have Tim and Joe Daglish. So Richard Panganiban of the USA, Richie Stout, and Tommy Lovell of the USA. 3 Americans and 1 Englishman again. And it's neck and neck at the moment.
That turnaround backwards is getting kind of popular.
Just Daglish a little bit behind here in lane number 4. Lovell very quick in lane 1. My goodness me.
Lovell got a good start. If he can keep that going, look, he's accelerating.
Isn't he just?
He's coming through. That might be the best time of the day right there.
So we're under 80 kilos. They're all pretty much the same body weight.
Yep.
What makes the difference? Do you think you can't all be shoes?
Yeah, it's shoes. Well, it's shoes, training, leg strength.
Goodness me, you see the handle of lane 1 broken. Actually, goodness me, I could have went right under his feet there. That was could have been a messy moment there. As Lovell's handle just broken and
now
spun around.
Now it's under the cart, so they got
that's it,
sled.
That's it, Mince forever, isn't it?
Yeah, see, told you.
I can't talk, but no joke, felt light. And did you see I fucked up the Husafel? It should have been faster. But the sled drag, easy. And I'm not gonna lay down. Man, it's been a rough one. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's been 2 years since the last one. So I've been thinking about this competition for 2 years. So my mind is really important. So I'm putting too much importance on it. I usually just come and have fun. I couldn't get into it yesterday. I couldn't get my head right. But today I feel better. I feel like I'm having fun. I almost don't care if I win now, so now I'm actually doing better, ironically. But yeah, fuck. That was fun.
We've not got the final scores back in yet, but I think we've just missed out on our goal of top 10. A bit of a mixed bag throughout the whole comp. I was disappointed with my yoke, and that's kind of cost me. Winning the deadlift was a highlight. Completing the medley was good as well. It was an absolute killer. Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag really, but good to kind of find out where we are against what is an absolutely stacked class, really.
It's a weird one because I feel like I've been relatively consistent across sort of the two days, the 4 events. Overhead, was sort of middle to bottom really. That was my worst event. Yoke was really good, it was top 10. deadlift, top 5, 6 maybe. I think it's going to be sort of 10 to 15th place, which is, you know, middle of the, well, just over middle of the pack, which, you know, first year on a sort of an international world strongest man, it's like, you know, it's kind of a marker in the sand to where we're at. It's doing a comp in England where you travel half an hour and you give up your afternoon. It's different to giving up basically a week of work unpaid, you know, paying thousands of pounds out your own money to come and compete, and then thinking, if I mess this one thing up, I might have my comp over. It's a totally different experience, isn't it? But one we've absolutely loved, and we'll be just obsessing about how we can do better next time.
Everything's went well. Got to the finals. 9 Americans, 1 Scottish guy. What can I say? First event, log. I'm sure I got joint second, which obviously that cleared me a lot of points, got me in a good position. And then I went to car walk. Got a bit 4th. But I was running, and after day 1 I was in 1st place, and then done the deadlift ladder. I don't know where I placed, but I done enough, and then done the loaded medley, which was mediocre, but it was enough to obviously solidify a place. So I'm more than happy with the result. I'm feeling good for sandbag throws because I've been doing them about 3-4 times a week, and I've got stones. I'm Scottish, so there's a bit of pressure there anyway.
So after the medley, which I took 1st place in, 37 seconds, actually the fastest time of any class. Still sitting in 3rd overall. Now the way the scoring works is that only the top 10 are gonna go through to the final for the 3rd day, so they redo the scores as if only those 10 people had been there the whole time. So the points look a little different. Sometimes the placings get a little different. We were looking at 1st place with Richie Stout at 32 points. And we're looking at Ricky Panganiban in 2nd place with 31 points. So those 2 guys are super close together. Then down in 3rd place is me with 24 points. So I'm 8 points from the lead, 7 points from 2nd. And just below me with 22 points is Andrew Haynes. So I've got 24, he's got 22. We're sort of having this little battle for 4th and 3rd. And then above us is Richie and Ricky, who are 1 point between each other for the top. Day 3, event 5 of the official Strongman Games
is the sandbag toss.
And there are 6 sandbags in ascending weight.
Over a 15-foot post.
4.6 meters, which is pretty high for someone that's at 5'4".
Every heat is head-to-head, so there are only 2 competitors at a time.
It was either going to be Tommy or Andrew Haynes.
My name's Andrew Haynes from Cleveland, Ohio. 10th year in the sport. Most recent national champion for Strongman Corporation.
I am the sandbag guy. So sandbag is just me, and that's the first event on day 3. So I know I'm gonna win it, and I'm gonna feel great about it. And I didn't realize it at the time that we were going in. I hadn't put that together, but when I saw we were in the same heat together, I think we both saw it and we both locked eyes and we were like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good one. And we got really excited. We're like, dude, we're gonna put on a show. And he's just like, yeah.
24 points and currently in 3rd place, our current champion. He's a big few points away from the top 2, but he's going to need a win here if he wants to try and defend that title under the pressure. And look at these first 2 throws from both men. Powerful, explosive, moving well through bag number 4. Bag number 5 for both gentlemen. On to the 6th. This is an incredible race. Look at it. Oh, Tommy's goes over.
Look at him. Look at the class.
Andrew Haynes gets his over as well. That was a race between these 2 men. And Tommy showing why he's the champion there.
And if anyone was ever going to do that, if anyone wasn't going to buckle under the pressure, it was Tommy. And he held his arms aloft. He didn't look like he was surprised. He looked like he did exactly what he came to do.
Look at that.
I am the champion. And look at the celebration going on behind.
It's my favorite event. Well, it's not my favorite event, it's just so easy for me. Which sounds stupid, but you know what? You do it in training all the time. And it's so fun, it's so easy. When you get out here, it's scary. It's different in front of a lot of people, man. It's different when it's all on the line. You know, you train for 2 years for this. 60 seconds. It's crazy. A lot of fun, though. Best day ever.
Richie Stout leading currently with 32 points. And Richard only 1 point behind.
1 point between them. Who,
and that was powerful.
Who blinks first? Richards. Oh no, first mistake from Richards.
That's a big mistake. He needs to make sure
Both of them struggling here a little
This is pressure.
on the sandbag toss.
Richard correcting. Unfortunately, though.
And Tommy, with how quick he was, this could be interesting. Look at the power there.
Both men looking tired. Both men looking tired. Ooh. This could change the complexion of this competition. Both
Richie
men
looks
leading
like
this.
he's got nothing left.
Richard looking very tired. I think Richard's got one effort left. It's all on this one, mate. It's all on this throw.
My bag toss time was the fastest time of any class. Maybe those are my records. It's like I want event wins, I want show wins, but I also want to beat everyone else in every other class.
Sneaking Tommy getting fastest out of the whole competition. I mean, I saw it coming because that guy, like I said, I was watching his videos on Instagram and he was doing like one-handed 40 with the 45s. Just throwing it over. I'm just like, this guy. Tommy ends up obliterating that one. Andrew Haynes comes in second. Dylan Thompson was third, and then I was somehow managed to get fourth.
I don't know if I would have done so well if I hadn't gone out with Haynes. Like the two of us, like it was so cool. Like it was so cool. Like we felt like we were, like there was this really special moment.
At that point, it was just like trying to minimize hemorrhaging with the points. It was just try to keep that lead, and don't make any mess ups, don't let anything happen, don't have a hiccup. Unfortunately, that's what happened to Richie Stout. And that's where he pretty much lost his chance for the podium at that point because he ended up getting 10th.
Richie Stout took last place in, he took 10th place. It knocked him out of the top spot out of first place. So at this point, we've got Ricky Panganiban in first place with 38 points. Now I've jumped up to second place with 34 points, so 4 points off the lead. Clawed my way back. Then down to 33 points, Richie Stout. So still in, maybe striking distance. And then just below him is Andrew Haynes in fourth place. So he is definitely jumping in, fighting for that third place position. It's the thing I heard talked about more than anything all weekend. Everyone's like, well, did you see the stone that he did? I was like, oh man, I was doing a stone.
I can feel the oxygen depletion from my brain. My vision is getting fuzzy. I'm like, oh crap, I need to load this before I sneak in, pass out, and I get crushed by this stone. Like you hear people say, oh yeah, triple extension for the stone. That was like exorcist level. I left it all on the field.
Day 3 of the official Strongman Games, event number 6. We're in the finals, the final event, the Atlas Stone Load. We've got 6 stones, it's a 6 stone run. We've got a descending height and ascending weight. So we're gonna start at 60 inches, end at 50 inches, start at 225 pounds, and increase by 25 pounds until we get to 350. So the last stone is gonna be a 350 pound stone to a 50-inch box.
What place are you in right now?
I'm currently 7th.
Yeah, are you happy with that?
Yeah, totally. Really injured. I've been injured the whole competition, so it's very humbling that I've got to the finals anyway. So yeah, foot's really bad now, really bad. But we crack on.
Being in the final state, I mean, it's rewarding, but it's also eye-opening and it's intimidating. It's intimidating knowing that we have all these guys out here that I used to be inspired by and I used to look up to, and they used to be my role models, and now they're my peers, they're my competitors, and now I'm trying to surpass them. So it puts a lot of pressure on. It feels good though. It feels real good. At least for the lightweight U80s, this has been the most stacked class that we've seen yet, even though we're missing friends from UK and we're missing friends from Australia. Love you guys. This has probably been one of the best turnouts we've ever had. Sitting in 4th place, going into stones, so I'm really hoping that I can edge out just a few points, be quick, be smooth, and maybe walk away with a podium finish. 1 point away from podium. 1 point, I'm taking what's mine, and I'm taking what's mine. I'll finish this stone, I'll finish this series. And if not, I'm gonna break myself trying to.
I'm assuming I'm gonna win at this point. I take first place. So I need as many people between me and Ricky as possible. And then if we tie, whoever has the fastest stone run wins. That's the tiebreaker. So I just I don't even need to beat Ricky. I just need to tie Ricky. and then I win. If I win stones, which I'm sure I'm gonna do. So I tell Andrew Haines, hey man, when you go out there, kill it for me, he said. You got it.
It really is, and heinous, I have to say, watching him in the load and carry, seeing him afterwards, how much he gave to that, and to see the energy he's still got here.
Look at this, the fitness, the conditioning, the technique, he's got everything.
He's got the body fat percentage of a brick.
Look at this is one powerful man, flying through these stones, onto this final 350 back.
Yikes!
Wow.
Yikes!
That is how to load Atlas stones.
And he did the whole thing in 30 seconds flat. He did too good. He did way too good. Man, I would be mad at him if I weren't so proud of him. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I said, you did a little too good, bud. You did a little too good. You're not helping me out.
I knew going into it, I was 4 points ahead of Tommy. And it was just me and Tommy in the final heat too. So I was literally just the entire time watching all these other competitors go and just like trying to do some quick calculations of like what I need to do to make sure I win, or just, it was just in my head. It was just like, all right, I only gotta, like, cause I knew Tommy was gonna do really well in that one too. So it was just a matter of like, all I have to do is just not be 4 places behind Tommy. And then in my head it was just like, okay, fifth is just gonna be that 5th stone. I have to hit it. I have to hit it at that point. And I was just lasered in focus. And going into that whole event, like, it's just me and the stones. Honestly, it was just me and that 5th stone in my head. It was just like, that's what it's gonna come down to.
How are you feeling going into the last event?
Well, I think
kill it.
Keeping tabs
leave it on the floor.
Probably saves the turtles
Give it my all.
more than a cardboard
Last event.
straw.
Do you know what the points difference is between you and Tommy?
4.
Yeah?
4.
How are stones for you? Good event?
It's a good event.
You gonna kill it?
Oh, I'm gonna kill it. Tommy's next to me, I got enough motivation right there.
I don't have any feelings right now. I'm emotionless. I need to make no mistakes, and I need someone else to make a mistake. It's a weird place to be in. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm just going to go out and do the absolute best I can, which is going to be pretty damn good.
What would winning World's Strongest Man mean to you?
The world. And first year, man, getting nervous thinking about it.
The world's strongest U80, Tommy Lovell. And in lane 2, Ricky Panganiban.
Yeah, Andrew's got himself into the podium with that, but this is all about these two gentlemen.
Wow.
Here. Lovell, Panganiban. It's going to come down to these two.
Lovell now knows he's got to go fast. Panganiban just doesn't need any disasters.
Panganiban needs to make sure he gets that 5th stone. If he gets that, I think he'll be secure. Tommy needs all 6. And he's already slower than Andrew Haines. He needs to get this 6th stone. But I'm pretty convinced if Panganiban can get this stone, he is the champion.
Oh,
working hard. He's working hard.
He needs this.
He's got to push it.
He needs this.
It's going up. He's done
goodness.
it. He has done it. He had to fight hard for that one.
That man.
But he has done enough.
That man
finishing strong.
He contorted his back into a pretzel to get that up then.
That's it. All in the field, man. All in the field. Oh no, I saw the light. Not those lights, I saw other ones.
You know, when you watch the footage, you'll see me turn around and raise my hands because I thought I'd won. I thought I'd won. And looking back on it, what's really happening in the background is Ricky Panganiban doing the most gravity-defying backbend in order to lift the 5th stone. So I'm assuming he knew he needed to get that 5th stone in order to win. And I mean, and that's what World's Strongest Man is all about, is that little bit right there. All the other stuff, the points and like the events and the training and all this stuff, we can sort of all do that, and we all do it. But that little bit right there, like, I feel like I actually might cry. Like, that's the fucking thing that only only a few of us really know what that feels like. And it's fucking beautiful. Everything we do is for that one fucking second, you know? Even across 3 days, 6 events, we're only competing for 6 minutes total. We're not even worried about those 6 minutes, we're worried about those 6 seconds, like that one just split fucking second, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I mean, after the stones, I really had no idea what was happening. I was just like, you know what, hopefully I did enough. And then as we're getting the tacky off, my friend comes rushing over, my teammate. He's like, dude, you won. I'm like, you're kidding. Like, he's like, dude, you won. He has this official scoreboard. And he's just like, you beat Tommy by 1 point. And then I'm just like, breathless, speechless. I'm not like, there's 100 things going on in my mind. I walk away from everybody and I'm just like, I feel like I'm about to begin bawling. The first thing I want to do is tell my dad I did it. What it felt like to win World's Strongest Man, it's unbelievable. There's no words that I can say that can describe exactly what I felt at that moment. It was just so many emotions, so much going on, so much to take in. It was like, is this happening? And like, did I really just become the world's strongest man? I mean, in my head, I don't know what it was, but beforehand, it's just like, I felt this vision of like, and new under 80 kg champion. It was ringing in my head, like in the Atlas Stones, and it was just like, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make this happen. And come the award ceremony and the podium, every step I was taking under those lights, it was just like, this happened. I did it. Freaking accomplished the ultimate life achievement that I could ever do, ever dream of. And then, you know, taking that podium, taking that first place spot next to Andrew, next to Tommy. And I mean, that was like a dream come true. I was just speechless at that whole point, being able to like stand next to these bad dudes, and here I am, the baddest of them all. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tommy. Yeah, being next to Tommy. That was, like I said, I was eyeing him the whole time, the entire competitions, and it was just like, that's the dude to beat. That's the guy.
I came in 18th place on the car walk. That event that's what lost me the show.
Talk to me about losing World's Strongest Man.
Are you gonna leave that part in where you asked me about losing World's Strongest Man? Because I think everyone needs to hear, that's how I was asked the question. Like, not tell me about your performance, tell me about the incredible comeback that you fucking clawed your way back to 2nd place. But you know, tell me about losing World's Strongest Man. I'm gonna give you a nice clean soundbite. Let me tell you about losing World's Strongest Man.